Grab your popcorn, kick back and relax, because it's time for some more Karnage. So, in today's video, we got something kind of nutty. Some more Private Bullit. Sorry, this is the second Bullit video I've recorded in a row. I don't know whether my other one, at the time that I post this, will be up yet. But, nevertheless, I just pulled something off that was really nutty, and when I did it, I laughed my ass off and decided I have to record this. So, I just did all of Dr. T, hoping all the replays are available still, because sometimes glitches do happen where that happens. Yep, they're all available. Okay, so we did all Dr. T stages with only Bullit on a full boost. So it's not like I did this unboosted. So how I do my Dr. T usually is I do gunboat energy as far as I can get in. And normally that's unboosted, by the way. I will just show you that quickly. So my boosters actually ran out because I think I did this all within an 11-minute time frame because my boost was about to run out from my operation hit. But pretty much I had every gunboat statue boosted, my troop health boosted, and all my troop damage boosted as well. So that was a 10 power belted boost I was rocking. So it's not like... So I did have to boost a crazy amount to achieve this. So the first two stages were literally barrage and artillery. And boom, there it goes. So that was the first two. The first two are always gunboat energy. I never do them any different. This one, I tried to do it with gunboat energy. Realized I was never going to get it. And you can see that it didn't go down enough. I knew I wasn't going to make it. So I took out the shock blaster. The shock launcher. A couple one-shot buildings. I knew critters would get me the win here anyway. But just to be on the safe side, took out the sniper as well. More critters because I had a lot of gunboat energy left. And boom, there goes the HQ. So making good time right here. Because remember, although I wasn't speedrunning this, my boost was about to run out. So I wanted to get as much done as I could within my boost. So you can see right here, this was the point where I wanted to start testing Bullit. I didn't think I used Bullit on this stage, but... yes, I think this was the one where I wanted to start testing to see how much damage a machine gun would do. Nope. Okay, yeah, I did do that. So I could see that the machine gun wasn't eating away too much, but I wasn't 100% sure yet. So stage 5 was where the true test was going to be, because that's where the damage starts getting increased. And I mean, it's not serious, but at the same time it's not super deadly either. So this was going to be like a good test to sort of see what my threats were going to be later on. So I was going to sort of use this as a sort of a halfway point, and I'm letting the machine guns tear into me at the moment just so I could see what it was going to be like, and immediately noticing that machine guns take their toll very, very quickly. So I was like, I didn't really know how I was going to how I was going to deal with all this stuff later on. But I did bring energy drink with me, so that will help me out a lot in the later stages. So that's good. This flamethrower, wasn't really sure how flamethrowers were going to be handled, so I took that out. And taking out the machine gun as well, because we can at this present time. I probably should have left the machine gun fire into me, just so I could get a better feel for how long it would take for it to really be an issue. But at this point, I felt like I had all the info I needed, so I just dealt with the stage, because we were on a time limit here. So down goes this stage, which is good. So on to stage number 6, when the game finally decides to go back to its main screen. Stage 6, there we go. So you can see my stats before I press on the replay. So you can tell I was on a full boost, so I wasn't lying about that. Although I'm not sure why you'd lie about being on a full boost, because it's literally of no benefit. But taking out the shock launcher, and almost a fail here because I do drop my troop, realizing the shock launcher is still alive. Bang, so I killed it just before it managed to get a shot off, which was good because I didn't know whether I was going to be on how close this was going to be, being stage 6. Luckily they were mostly one-shot buildings though, except for a couple mortars. So I wasn't 100% sure how this was going to go, just time-wise. So this was more of a test to see whether time would be an issue. Luckily though, I do have that troop damage, like a lot of troop damage, so that's going to help out Bullit a lot to be able to take out these defenses. Dropping critters just so, like, you know, I don't have to keep using the energy drink as much. Now I was very wasteful with energy drink. Bullit actually does have an increased rate of fire the lower health he has, so if you borderline on death and then drink energy drink and then just keep letting him die, you will actually get an increased fire rate, which is good. So I moved Bullit up because I didn't know whether these snipers would be out of range. I did not scout at all before doing these hits, but now I've only got 2 snipers dishing into me, so we'll go 4 times because really at this point that's all it is. I had GBE to keep shocking, so I did that, why not? And boom, there goes the HQ. So on to stage 7. Stage 7 was very close. Very close. And at this point you can see why they're trying to nerf Bullit. I mean, I love Bullit, and Bullit's my homie, but at the same time, like, come on, man. Like, I don't even know what else to say. Like, I just did stage 7 on a full boost with only Bullit. And I mean, okay, 10 offense, full boost should be pretty overpowered no matter what you're using, but I don't know, I kind of feel bad. I do, I kind of feel bad. So you can see how much splash damage was in that corner, and for some reason that mortar did not go down. F my life, right? So I must have, like, pressed the artillery where it only got 2, and I must have just been a little bit too much away from the mortar. I don't know. I felt like I pressed in the center of all 3, but obviously not, because I felt like that should have went down. So just dropping some critters, immediately realizing that critter box was poorly placed because of that machine gun. But yeah, so I have no choice but to take down this sniper because otherwise it was going to eat in me for a while. So moving out of the way of as much as I could, take out that mortar. Shocking a crazy amount of stuff there. I felt like I got a lot of value for that shock bomb, so that was definitely well worth. Dropping the critter box so when the shock bomb wears off, everything will start targeting those critters instead. Keeping myself from having to use energy drink any more than I really have to. Barrage, at this point it was pretty cheap and I felt like it would do a lot of damage overall. But I noticed that Bullit's health was going down really quickly and energy drink was going to cost me a fair bit to start doing, so I felt like I had to get Bullit up there, and at this point it was just going to be a race of time. I only could afford 1 more energy drink, so if I recall I already had energy drink pressed at this point. So as soon as he comes out of the smoke, wow, that's not what happened on my screen. That's legit nuts. When I did the attack, and I'm not even joking, he sat behind the mortar, like right at that tippy top, and was out of range of all this stuff. Well, not all of it, but he was out of range of this sniper. So the only thing that was shooting me was this rocket, this mortar, and this sniper. But like, it was legitimately a race of time, and I did get the win here, as shown by the stage, but I mean, I'm gonna be honest, as close as this was on my replay, I feel like Brick's gonna die in this one. That's legit nuts. Bullit was not... What the hell? It didn't go down. The core didn't blow up on the replay. What? But you can see I destroyed it. Okay, so that replay is sort of broken. Maybe Supercell doesn't want you to see that you can beat Stage 7 with Bullit. I don't know. But you can see on the stage that I beat it, right? And I'm not sure why that replay is broken. But that's a video, I guess. Wow. Okay. I was sort of hoping for you guys to see the grand finale of Stage 7's core blowing up, but hashtag Supercell conspiracy, right? Because that's a thing now, apparently. But yeah, on a side note, as cool as all this stuff was, and as much as I'm sort of still hyped about doing it, because I'm still a little giddy, if I'm gonna be honest. But as much as all that is cool, we were sort of doing some tests with Taunt before, because me and a guy from the task force, I want to get his name right. Okay, yeah, so it was Brain. Okay, I'm gonna call him Brain, just for the sake of this, because I really have a hard time trying to pronounce his name. So me and Brain, right, we were talking, and I'm not sure, maybe some of you guys just paused the video and chat just there, but pretty much we were trying to work out how to replicate the glitch with Bullit's Taunt, right, where some of the buildings decide they're going to be taunted and others don't, right? And some people were saying that it was an issue where some of stuff's actually taunted. It's not actually taunted, but it's saying it is. And I was like, no, because I've done tests before where everything's in the same distance and some stuff gets taunted and some doesn't. And there was stuff in the replays that I was showing where that was the same case as well. And I was like, so that doesn't make sense. And then I was sort of like, I did an attack and I replicated the glitch, and I'm like, I think I got it. And I went through, I can't remember what I said to him, but he was like, oh, I think it has to do with the fact that you dropped critters before the taunt activated. So the boom cannons, for whatever reason, must have like different targeting code or something like that. And pretty much if like one-shot buildings, if something peaks and it sees something else, then it's almost like it goes to target that troop first and then it ignores taunt, even if it is still taunted. I'm not sure why that's a thing, or whether that's how you replicate it every single time, but I've done a couple attacks now, and it's pretty much seems to be working. So I don't know whether that's actually the glitch, but like, I think it's the glitch. And to be honest, I don't know whether this particular video will go up before the update, because I'm actually recording this on the 13th of March, and I don't know whether I should have just said that, because it's going to look really bad if I post this in like a month's time. But whatever. So I'm hoping that this March update that they said was coming, I'm hoping that Drew, I'm hoping like he's went through with the developers and like that they've fixed taunt. I'm really hoping they have fixed taunt, so it's better, because I know they were worried that Bullit was too OP and they're introducing new prototypes to help counter him, or like strategies that use him rather. So it's going to be interesting to see how all that fares, but like, I'm just hoping they've fixed taunt so it works as advertised. Because at the present moment, it's kind of a little BS. And now I'm sort of thinking that the targeting glitch, that's still a thing, mind you. And I was actually saying in chat before that I really, really hate Arlight. And I know I shouldn't be using the word hate, but I really hate him. Like, he messed up so many things. And I know it wasn't just him. It was probably more the developer that was working with him. But, like, I'm just so glad that they're both on the Brawl Stars and they can screw up that game instead of Boom Beach. Like, jeez. Because if you think about it, right, they screwed up medics. Medics no longer heal at the same rate they used to. And that was proven at the time by actual video evidence where it was like, they should be healing at this amount of time, but they're not. And they were trying to say it was just like animations, but it quite clearly wasn't animations. I mean, anyone with half a brain could see that it wasn't. So, medics are still broken. And as a person that used to use Tank Medic, like, exclusively for years, when I was doing that 5-man push, like, I knew how medics should be healing, like, quite obviously, and, like, it is so obvious that they don't heal like they used to. So, medics are still broken. Taunt's broken. And then we had that targeting glitch, if you guys remember that. So, they did slightly fix it. So, critters, like, will now take the attention of buildings and so forth. But there was a secondary part of that, which never got fixed. So, when a building, say, a boom cannon, right, like, finds its target and says, okay, I'm going to start shooting at this troop, it basically continues to shoot at that friggin' troop until it's dead. And this is something that I really haven't paid enough attention to see, like, whether this is, like, all buildings, or some buildings, or sometimes, or all the time. But, like, it is still very much a thing. I saw this the other day, an example of it, actually with Bullit, where, like, I dropped one specific, like, taunt, and buildings that were closer to my warriors weren't even shooting my warriors. Like, even though my taunt had worn off ages before, they were all still targeting Bullit, and I was really stoked about it, don't get me wrong, but I feel like this targeting glitch has to do with the fact that taunt doesn't work. I feel like those two issues might be related in some way. But maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's a coincidence, but I'm sort of sick of complaining. This is a joyous occasion because I just beat Stage 7 with Bullit on a full boost. So I will now be able to post this on the channel, whether Bullit gets screwed up after this update or not. So pretty stoked about that. Hope you guys enjoy your evening or morning, depending on what side of the world you reside in, and when I post this video. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.